Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant.
What's going on, Gemini? This is Boss Roll. Here's your reading for the month of August. Let's get started with your reading. So I pulled from the Pocket Animal Spirit deck here. So let's get started. So the first thing I pulled for you guys was the Earthworm. I got here the Otter. And I'm going to end it with the Cosmic Egg. Okay. So let's get started, Gemini. So the first thing here I got for you was the Earthworm. And I believe you guys are living your life on a practical type of lens. You're living like an Earth sign. Okay. And that's not your journey here. Okay. I believe you guys are creative. The Otter has that creativity, has that childlike energy. And I believe that you guys are repressing your creative ambition because you're looking at people in your environment. Could be family or could be friends. It could be something that you were indoctrinated in when you were at a younger age. And you're sort of going along with that same pattern. And it's causing you to be very shy, causing you to be very in a space where you're in your head and you're not really stepping forth in your journey. Okay. Even from, like I said, even if you guys are not even from a shy perspective, are, coming from a very closed off perspective, you guys are still sort of in a space where you're feeling a little bit stuck because you're looking at other people in your environment. Okay. You're looking at people who probably have more of that practical energy and you're like, okay, well, it's working for them. So why is it not working for me? Okay. But that's the thing though, Gemini, that's their life journey. Okay. If someone is in their own journey, and that's something about the Earthworm energy, people all start from this place. Okay. When they have that understanding as far as what takes them to the next level, that's their personal understanding. And with you being a mutable sign, you have to be aware as far as how you look at outside parties around you, because just because someone else is doing it in a certain way doesn't mean that it's going to be a reflective success for you as well. Okay. And I believe that you guys are really hiding behind a lot of creativity. Some of you guys can be gifted at cooking. Some of you guys can be gifted at acting. I'm getting like musicians. I'm getting also comedians as well. And you guys can utilize all these different crafts to make, money, to make your success. And I feel that you're just doing the day-to-day type of journey and you're stuck in that type of perspective where it's like, okay, well, I'm acting like an earthworm. Okay. I'm acting like an earth sign. Okay. Some of you guys could have earth in your chart, but you're breaking away from what success is from people around you in your environment. Okay. What was successful for your mom and dad was successful for your mom and dad. What was successful for your Uncle Johnny was successful for your Uncle Johnny. Was successful for your best friend across the street. That's his success. You need to figure out your own success. Okay. Otter's embracing that. Okay. It's having that, excited energy to go into your new journey, to understand what, creativity can bring into your life as far as like bringing you a plethora of abundance. Okay. That's that cosmic egg. Okay. That's that spirit energy. Okay. When you embrace this younger mentality, that's something that Gemini, you guys have. You always had that creativity. It has a very young type of spark to it. Okay. Like I said before, you guys could sort of find a lot of creativity as far as with online presence. Okay. You could make a good name for yourself and also good revenue for yourself from that online presence as well. Like I said, it's a lot of creative things that could be utilized, Gemini, from your skill set. Okay. Don't get stuck in a box here. Okay. This earthworm energy, like I said, the people in your environment, they're happy. You're not. You're not. And like I said, the reason why you're not happy is because, like I said, you feel stifled. Like I said shy at first. It could just be something where you're just sort of reclusive. You're not the same person that you were in the past because you just go get along to get along. Okay. And you're trying to break out of that space. And the best way to break out of that space is to embrace who you are. Okay. Like I said, Gemini, when you're around other people, just because it's a good idea for them, that's a good idea for them. Know what's your own good ideas. Know and stand firm in it. And guess what? Some people may not understand it. Okay. They may not understand the creativity because they may not be creative. They don't have your skill. Okay. Not everybody can do what the Otter does. Okay. And that's okay. There's some people out here who are very technical. Okay. They have that technical skill. Some people out here are very creative. They have that creativity. Everybody can do that. But guess what? You can make money off of both skills. Okay. Some of you guys could be in the tech industry. Okay. You're trying to pivot into something more creative. That's perfectly fine. Like I said before, things are a journey and things take time to process and to go about in that proper direction. Like I said, Rome's not built in a day. I'm not telling you guys to pivot just from one end to the other without proper planning, but just don't be stuck in this space of unhappiness, Gemini, if you're in a place where you're like, okay, cool, I'm making the money, I have, things in my environment that should be, should make me into a better person when it comes down to like, being accepted amongst my peers. If you can look at yourself in the mirror, Gemini, okay, and put on that same happy face that you did in the past, then you're not happy. Something's wrong. Okay. And you need to go about that journey to understand what brings you that happiness. Okay. Like I said, it could be a creative outlet, Gemini, that can make you money. You could utilize doing your daytime work or whatever you're doing for a living, and also doing another skill that can bring you revenue. Like I said before, it's all about what makes you happy on the inside. And that's having that understanding. That's that cosmic edge. You don't want to live in this life without reaching your journey. Okay. And the cosmic edge means that you're going to reach it. Okay. But to reach your journey, to reach that understanding, you have to have that fun-loving nature that you embrace on a given basis. Okay. Don't let yourself be swayed by, other people and their success stories. You have your own personal success stories. Okay. Because like I said, that has you in a bind, that has you knotted up. Okay. This earthworm is not seeing left from right. Okay. It's literally, like I said, bunched up. You see this cosmic edge? That snake is taking hold of the future. Okay. It's gripping the future. Okay, Gemini, you have to grip the future. What belongs to you belongs to you. And that's something that you have to claim. Okay, let's go forward with our fairy oracle deck, guys. Let's see here to get some more energy. Okay, Audacious Bodak. Hi, the poet. Opponent's wild daughter. Fairy of the future. Okay. Let's see, one more here. The Piper. All right. Let's see. Bodacious Boda, you could have some energy that's around you that's really hyper observant as far as what you're doing. Okay. And that could be something that has you that earthworm type of perspective here. Because they're trying to really sort of dictate you as far as like something about Gemini energy. You guys can have a lot of controls around you. Okay. Because like I said, some people can see that childlike perspective and they're like, okay, well, you know what? I had to sort of be that adult in their life to be that strong hand. When someone's grown, leave them alone. Okay. This energy right here, like I said, this energy is out of pocket. Okay. And it's having you stressed out. Todd the poet, you're stressed. This person's all the way in your energy. Okay. Could be a family member, could be a friend. And it's like, you know what, Gemini, you have to have that voice to say, like, hey, you know what? I got this over here. Let me handle this. Okay. Let me be a part of my own journey. You got to your success. Let me get to mine. Okay. Because this is too much. This is like, chaotic energy. Like I said, you see how that face on that fairy? Okay. Way too focused on Time the Poet, okay? And you're sitting back in this energy where you're like, okay, you're in this mournful space where it's like, okay, I'm just trying to go by day to day, okay? When you need to embrace Espona, the wild daughter, okay? Moving on to the new direction, okay? You're trying to get your illumination as far as like moving on to the right direction, finding your own creative pathway, okay? Finding your own cosmic egg situation for your life. Okay. Some of you guys could be 30s, 40s, 50s. And like I said before, you're having someone in your space adulting you and you're already an adult. Let's get out of here. Okay. This person needs to have a seat. I don't know what energy you have in your environment. It just makes me upset seeing it. Okay. Because I'm just saying, like, okay, well, you know what? You have someone that's like so focused on someone else's life, they need to be focused on theirs. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but that's just my take with that. That's a lot going on, Gemini. You don't need to have anybody in your corner like this, okay? You need to let them, like I said before, have your proper boundaries set up in your life because, like I said, this person will only bring stress towards you, okay? And like I said, it could just be, like I said, having that clear communication, that clear conversation, okay? And sometimes, Gemini, it's okay to have that conflict, okay? To say, you know what, no, okay? And like I said, you could do it in your own type of way. I think the otter can sort of check somebody from a playful space where it's like, okay, cool, you need to back up, smile, but you're saying it in a firm type of way too. So we have fairies of the future. You're on your new pathway. You're on your new pathway to the future, okay? And the thing about it is, though, this will bring you a lot of peace, okay? And when you embrace this, Gemini, you will have a lot of peace. You will have a lot of opportunity, okay? And it's all about, that wild journey. And like I said, Gemini energy, y'all can go on a wild ride and know how to maintain that, proper type of balance. Everybody can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So this may be a trigger for this person because they can't do that. But okay, that's on you. You can't do it, but you can. Okay. You could go into creative industries and be successful. Okay. This person may not. Okay. They go into a creative industry, they're going to fall right on their face, but that's their life pathway. Okay. They have their own journey. Be in your own journey. Okay. And like I said, the Piper, this is the truth. This is the understanding. Okay. This is, like I said, you're getting yourself a space where you're able to utilize your voice, speak up against an individual that's in your life that's probably taking way too much of a focal front, okay? Because you need to get on your pathway to the future, okay? Cosmic Ed, these are all future-based cards, okay? This is all about things that you're investing for yourself in the right type of pathway, okay? Because Gemini, if you don't want to leave this earth being an earthworm, well, I could have did what I should have did. I could have did that way, okay? If it wasn't for this person here, I would have did this, okay? Look, if they can't get with you, they got to get going. Okay. This is something this is a serious matter, guys. You don't want to be 10 years, 5 years, 20 years down the line, and you're like, okay, cool. I never found my calling. Okay. Some of you guys already know your calling. Some of you guys already know your calling. Some of you guys already know what you're trying to do. Okay. It's time to embrace that. It's time to grip that like that snake and go about your pathway, okay? Let's end this with your tarot cards here. All right. Two of Swords. Queen of Wands, okay. That's what I'm talking about. Eight of Wands. Okay, you getting out of that. Two of Cups, okay. The Devil, okay. The Hierophant, okay. You're no longer in this indecisive type of space, okay? You're moving forward. You had that Queen of Wands energy. You're embracing the new. You're using your intuition to get you on the right pathway, okay? You're trying to get to that cosmic egg situation. That's imperative. Let's see. Some of you guys have motorcycles. Some of you guys are on your way out the door, okay? Because you're looking for healthy connections. Okay, this could be friendships, this could be relationships, this could be a work environment. You're looking for a healthy connections, healthy people around you. Okay, because right now Gemini, you're in something toxic. Okay, I don't know if it's toxic friendships, toxic work relations. It could be a toxic family dynamic. Something's holding you back. Okay, because I'm getting a whole lot of hold back in these cards. Okay, the Devil energy. Let's see here, the bodacious Boda. That's holding you back. It's a sinister type of vibe because I think they see you as someone that's like, oh, well, you need me. This person wants to be needed, okay? And they'll do anything in their power to be needed, and you need to watch out for that, okay? I'm not going to harp on that. I hope you guys have a great August, but this is something that you need to really watch out for. Devil and the bodacious Bodak, oh, hell no. Check that energy to the door, okay? You can get there. You can get there. I believe that you can get there. I believe that you have the talent to get there. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your month, okay? Have a good day.
Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant.